Kylie.
Hi.
the wonderful opportunity and asking. I was looking right at you to hope that you were looking at me, because I have something so important to ask you, and I know what an incredible privilege this is for you. Who has the privilege of now presenting Lee in marriage to Raul?
My mother and I do.
All right. I say yes, Raul, so you, you get to go get your bride.
It's all yours, buddy.
Thank you.
So hold on to your flowers for a few minutes. Turn and face each other and breathe.
You look awesome.
And everybody, please be seated. I'm Reverend Barbara Lawfrey. I want to welcome you to, I think you've already realized, one of the most beautiful spots in all of Malibu to be able to have a wedding. What a lucky couple these two are. And I'm here after getting to know them very, very well, and I get to share with you so many of their ideas about romance and love, and now what are their ideas about marriage. And they've asked me to use the higher purpose of unconditional love in their uniting, and to remind all of you there's probably nothing more important than our families, and this would be such a great time to think about our family. And Raul, I sure know that we've got somebody very special here in spirit with you, your mom, and that is without a doubt. I've seen all that love surrounding her already today, and I want to also acknowledge those of you that are standing to Lee's side, to Raul's side, and to thank you for being, on their behalf, they've asked me to thank you publicly for all of the love and support that you've brought to them. And I also want to remind everybody that's here as a guest that's listening to these commitments today that you too are witnesses. And I always like to say something, and they did not ask me to say this, but 28 years later, this is what I've learned in raising 6 children, that we're here to support them as a unit now. So I want to remind those of you that are close friends and especially family, if these two ever come to you with any of their concerns, and I think if they're doing marriage the right way, that'll happen from time to time, I want to remind you to stay a couple of steps ahead of them. Do not buy into either sides of their stories, but remind them of why they're here. And my key that I guess I really want to say is that what I've learned is whenever my children come to me, I qualify it first and ask them, do you want my advice, or do you just want me to be a listener? And guess which one they vote for? Listening. So if that helps everybody else, it's a joy to share. I want to take a moment and to invite all of you to go within for a moment as I open with a reading and a prayer. And as we each go within, dear God, we know that Lee and Raul have come here today to pledge their lives and their hearts to each other. They realize that they are two individuals. They've each had a life-shaping past. And in this very moment of their lives, they're now more willing than ever to continue to set aside that solitary exploration of themselves so that they do continue to discover who they are in the presence of one another. They realize that they will come to know themselves and one another ongoingly in this long unraveling of time. They also realize that they each are still and always becoming. And as they marry today, they're ready to promise their willingness to witness and withstand that ongoing becoming of another human being. We ask that you bless them in this commitment, in their awareness, in their home, in their love, and be easily accessible to them. And so it is. Amen.
Amen.
All right, so I'm going to check on these two. Are you both breathing? Yeah. Okay. I want to make sure because I'm ready to share something that you two have written to each other that you haven't shared with each other yet. And they've written each other love letters. And I have a question for all of you. When did you ever get to eavesdrop on somebody's love letter? It's pretty powerful. So as you two look into each other's eyes from time to time, I want to share. Raul has shared with Lee. Lee, a little over 3 years ago, I moved the furthest from my family ever, and the hardest thing about living so far away was not having someone to share my life with. After a long, hard day of work, I would come home late at night and find a dark, empty apartment. So before I moved back to Los Angeles, I told myself that I was going to make a real effort to find someone I would look forward to coming home to. On that 4th of July, you wrote me an email that would change my life forever. There was something about you, even if our first date wasn't the best, it was memorable. I dressed in one of my 3 outfits that I picked out. You, straight out of the pool, smelling of chlorine, with your hair up in a ponytail. We both decided not to put any pressure on ourselves, having had not much luck with dating. And because of that, we had an actual conversation, not the fake, don't let the other person know what I'm really like, gibberish. After a month and a half, we had our second date. That's when I knew you were not like anyone that I'd ever been with. I knew then on our second date that you were the one. After going out for several months, you invited me over for dinner one night, and when you opened the door, a feeling came over me. I wanted to feel like that for the rest of my life. I knew that I wanted you to be the first one to come home to. Since that day till today and for the rest of my life, you are my home. You are my love, my partner, my life, my everything. I feel like the luckiest man to have found someone who gets me, good or bad. I know you love me for me. I'm so happy my mom got to know the woman that you are. She's looking down now, happy and so very proud of this, our special day. Lee, I want to be your rock, to hold you up when you feel down, to make you laugh when you feel sad, and to wipe your tears when you cry, to comfort you when you feel alone, because we're the only 2 people in the world and that's all that matters, to share joy and make memories with you. In other words, to spend the rest of my life with you. I love you so very much. Love, Raul. I think we should applaud Raul. He's such a special guy, let me tell you. Lee shares, baby, today is the culmination of a lifetime of hopes and dreams. Meeting you is the single most life-altering and enhancing event I've ever known. I'm so thankful for the superior profile written skills of Scott Cooper. Without his version of me on Match.com, I would still be in a spiral of endless internet dates. From the first night we met, I knew you were different. Even your joke slamming Elvis could not extinguish the spark you put into my eyes that has grown into a burning love that I have for you. You took your time to ask for the second date, but during that gap of texts and phone calls, I only grew more interested to know you more. I was so positive I would see you again that I actually purchased 2 Darth Vader souvenir cups at Disney World, betting my brother he would only get to keep one of them, and you would call and ask me out again. Sean, you lost the bet, and Darth sits in our cupboard and reminds me of our early days of modern courting, and each time I see him, I'm reminded that the force was strong enough to bring us together. A night out in Hollywood, meeting Erica and getting the important stamp of family approval, led to Hairspray at the Hollywood Bowl, and when we heard I Can Hear the Bells, who knew that would lead us here to look into each other's eyes and truly hear the wedding bells that we're hearing today. A night out at a pub at Hollywood and Highland would be the setting to hear the most magical 3 words I've ever heard. Was it too soon, we both wondered, but the love we both already felt for each other then has only grown and intensified. No, it wasn't too soon. 36 years was long enough to wait for my soulmate. God sent me his divine match for my life. Holding your hand at church on Sundays reminds me of the greatest blessing in a very blessed life. Loving you makes music and musicals sweeter, and having my lifetime theater and concert partner makes me so excited to rock through life together. You know me so well. You see me clearly to my core, and you always love me anyways. You make me feel beautiful, just as I am, while inspiring me to improve and grow as a person, laughing with you, crying with you, and experiencing life's ultimate pain and joy together has created a foundation of love. I know we will continue to build on today and always. I love you more than I knew it was even possible to love. Lots and lots and lots and lots. And lots. Lovely. And again, we should applaud. All right, you two. Well, I feel like I have been waiting for this day with you also. And I want you both to slow down your thoughts for a minute, because I know you well enough to know it's time to go within, to take in the beauty of the moment, because this is probably going to be one of the very biggest moments of your entire life. So as you're standing here, you're here because you've realized at an extremely deep level that there truly are no ties on earth so sweet. There are none so tender as those you're about to assume, and there's really no institution on earth as sacred as that of the home that you form. And I know you two have realized that your home, it's not only the place in which you live, but truly, much more importantly, it's become the dwelling place where you've learned to live in the heart and in the mind of each other. And true marriage is the most sacred of all earthly unions, and I know you realize it's not only to be entered into reverently, but consciously, with a full understanding of all of its significance. And to be complete, marriage must be spiritual as well as an earthly estate. And when it is spiritual in all aspects of your life, it does become that harmonious, that peaceful, that happy union which God has ordained. And the state of matrimony is true marriage when it's based upon a deep inner spiritual communion of two souls who each obviously have found completion in each other. So today, I know in talking with you, there's so many important things that we've shared together, and I think one of the greatest parts of why I've fallen in love with the two of you is not only how you honor each other, but you've done that in magical ways. And I know as you're entering into this marriage, you've not only created a past with each other, but you've each had a past before you ever met one another. And you've shared with me how important that is as you continue into your marriage to always remember to honor each other's past, to always remember to honor each other's families, to include each other's friends in your life, to share those traditions that you're each bringing forward. And the other thing we talked about, which I think if I took a vote, everybody's hands would go up, and they already know this, you two are different from each other. And we talked about the fact, you know what, that is the spice of a marriage. This is not a marriage where you two are going to constantly try to change each other, but you're actually honoring those differences that are between you that you can bring together and learn from and grow from. And so that leads me, I feel like on behalf of everybody, I want to hear something in this moment, and so do they. So again, I want you to look into each other's eyes, and we would all like to know if right now in this very moment of your life, you're now willing to enter into this marriage, bringing all of who you are into your marriage so that your marriage truly is the outpicturing of the inner work you're both willing to do. All right, well, with those yeses, may your marriage be filled with tremendous compassion, with passion and courage. May it allow you to see through to your partner's essence, willing to be in total support of your partner's well-being, their goals, their purpose, and absolutely unwilling for your partner to be less than all he or she can be. And I want to have you both for a moment turn and face your family and friends. And I want to ask everybody to do something with me. I've realized that all of us ever gathering together in any one given moment, again, is probably not going to happen. So this is our moment, and we are so powerful as a group, and I know you're already looking at these two. Surround them even more with your love and your blessings, and let's know together that they truly will be one of those couples that can walk out into life, retaining wonderful eye contact with each other. So through the many, many years of this marriage, as they do look into each other's eyes, they will be one of those couples that can say, because you have loved me, you truly have helped me to believe in myself, and because I've believed in myself, I've been able to reach out, and so importantly, been able to include our fellow man. So now I'm going to have you turn back and face each other. And I want to ask the two of you, and I know we read your love stories, and we kind of knew that something special was in the beginning, but I want to have you go back in time. And I want you to go back to that very first moment of your acquaintance, and go back to that time when you knew that he was your special guy, Lee, and Raul, that Lee was your special girl, and it moved into knowing that you were going to marry. Because from all of those moments to now, you two have been making so many commitments. All of those conversations that have been held in the car, or over a meal, or during long walks. All of those conversations that began with when we're married and continued with I will and you will and we will. Do you remember back on some of those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe? Well, they've all brought you to this very moment. And in a few more moments, you two are going to walk through a new threshold of your life. And I want you two to look at me right now, because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to guarantee you, life will never be the same again, because Lee, in those few more moments, you are finally going to be able to say to your world, this is my husband. And Raul, you'll be able to say, this is my wife. So now you two have some vows that you've chosen, that you've written, that you want to share with each other. And I'm going to turn the mic on you. And I'm going to ask you not to pay attention to the mic. Keep on to Lee.
Raul, when you give me support and encouragement, I feel so loved by you. I want to know this will continue through all our days together, trusting that you always have my best intentions at heart, just as I have yours.
I will, because we will have a bond built on respect and trust, and it is important to me to attain our goals both individually and as a loving couple. I have experienced tremendous and deep personal growth since we've been together. I want to know that you will continue to challenge me to grow and better myself as a loving and caring man.
I will. Always listen to you with an open heart and with compassion for whatever you may struggle with, remembering our strengths even when being faced with our weaknesses. And I want to know that we will continue to grow together spiritually, and together with our faith in God and our sense of humor, we will see each other through whatever challenges and opportunities come our way.
We will. I believe we are here today because of those positive forces in our relationship. You make me laugh like no one else has. I want to know that we will continually find humor in everyday things and laugh together all the days of our lives.
Together, we will create a home filled with laughter and joy, a home where expression of emotion and ideas are safe and welcomed. And if we are blessed with children, a home they will be happy to grow up in.
They will, and we will do our best as parents to be constant, dependable, responsible, nurturing, and loving. And I want to continue to discover and unravel who we are as a woman, wife, and mother, taking a lifetime getting to know more about you.
I will continue to surprise you, always nurturing our sense of wonder and adventure and finding new activities that we enjoy doing together. And I want you to know that at the end of the day, wherever you are is my home.
It is, and I am, and I will care for you when you are sick, comfort you in your sorrow, be a witness to your life, and always remind you of your beauty.
And I will care for you when you are sick and comfort you in your sorrow and be a witness to your life and always remind you of your beauty.
Everybody's beautiful. All right, we're going to put me back on the mic here. I want to lead you each in your second part of your vows to one another. And Raul, it looks like you did win the toss that Lee and I had. You're going to go first. You ready?
4.
You're going to repeat after me.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Who's ready now?
She's got your line.
Lee, from this day on,
Lee, from this day on,
I now choose you
I now choose you
to be my beloved wife,
to be my beloved wife,
to live with you,
to live with you,
to laugh with you,
to laugh with you,
to stand by your side,
to stand by your side,
and sleep in your arms,
and sleep in your arms,
to be joy to your heart,
to be joy to your heart,
and food to your soul,
and food to your soul,
to bring out the best in you always,
to bring out the best in you always,
and to be the most that I can be.
and to be the most that I can be.
Now, Lee. Raul, from this day on,
Roll this day on.
I now choose you
I now choose you
to be my beloved husband,
to be my beloved husband,
to live with you,
to live with you,
to laugh with you,
to laugh with you,
to stand by your side,
to stand by your side,
and sleep in your arms,
and sleep in your arms,
to be joy to your heart,
to be joy to your heart,
and food to your soul,
and food to your soul,
to bring out the best in you always,
to bring out the best in you
and
always,
to be the most that I can be.
and to be the most that I can.
And may I now have the rings?
That's you.
All right, Raul, I'm going to have you take Lee's rings and please repeat after me as you place them on her finger. Lee, I give you this ring,
Lee, I give you this ring,
and with it my promise
and with it my promise
of faith,
of faith,
love,
love,
and devotion.
and devotion.
I give to you
I give to you
my life,
my life,
my dreams,
my dreams,
and all of my tomorrows.
and all of my tomorrows.
All right, Raul,
Raul,
I give you this ring,
I give you this ring,
and with it my promise
and with it my promise
of faith,
of faith,
love,
love,
and devotion.
and devotion.
I give to you
I give to you
my life,
my life,
my dreams,
my dreams,
and all of my tomorrows.
and all of my tomorrows.
Thank you.
And now, in closing, I invite everybody again to take a moment and to go within and to absolutely realize that we each are here today under this much greater and grander idea of unconditional love. As we now take this moment that's been set aside in eternity to surround Raul and Lee with all of our love and all of our support, knowing that they truly will be guided throughout all of the pathways of love and life. And now, Raul and Lee, May the relationship that you so beautifully expressed today continue to not only grow through all of the years, but may you always remember to keep it as a treasured memory and actually use it as a guide to your life. May you never forget that wondrous idea that out of all of this world, you have chosen one another. And may you be found in the years to come, still hand in hand, still giving thanks for one another. And so it is, and so it shall be forevermore. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so now the exciting news. Let me make sure you're ready. Are you ready for me to say this? Okay. It is with so much pride and love in my heart that in this moment, Raul and Lee, in view of all of your witnesses, in view of your mother, Raul, in view of God, by the authority vested in me, I pronounce your husband and wife in love, in interest, and in destiny. And it is time to kiss, and we should all applaud. All right, Lee, I'm going to have you receive your flowers. And as you face your family and friends, and I think that we should take better care of Raul. Raul, there's a Kleenex. We have red.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, it's good now.
If it was Saturday, it'd be okay, but
Raul said if it was Saturday at a private time, it'd be okay. I want to introduce you to this brand new couple for the very, very first time. Please welcome and celebrate with Mr. and Mrs. Raul and Lee Contreras.
Taking pictures.